This is the most easiest tutorial how to install the brand new macOS 14 Sonoma on unsupported Macs. So this tutorial contains three parts. First part is what old unsupported Macs can still run macOS Sonoma. Where does it make sense to install such a new macOS on old hardware? Then we talk a little bit about your data, about backups, and what to do if something goes wrong. Second part is if you want to upgrade your Mac that is just running an older macOS. And the third part is how to create a USB drive with an installer, and that doesn't have to be Sonoma, it can be Ventura or Monterey or even Big Sur, that you can install that macOS on a different Mac, or if your Mac has no running macOS at the moment. Let's start. So first let's talk about on which Macs does it make sense to install macOS Sonoma. Even though the developers claim that you can start 2007 or 8 to install Sonoma on these old Macs, I personally recommend starting earliest 2012. Here in my other video I checked like 2011, 12 and 13 MacBooks, MacPros and iMacs, and you can see all the details which work and which doesn't work and what might not work as expected. For instance, my 2011 iMac is able to run Sonoma, but there are still some things, I wouldn't recommend it. Here on my MacBook Pro 2012, Sonoma works nearly flawlessly, and for this tutorial I'm going to use my MacBook Air 2013 to install Sonoma on. Right now it's running Big Sur, the latest official in macOS, and always be prepared if you have important data on your Mac to have a backup. These are just Macs for me to play around and to test, so it doesn't matter if I just wipe the hard disk and install from scratch. That might happen for your Mac as well, just be advised, so have a backup if there is important data on it. Otherwise, if you are able to, for instance on a MacPro, switch the hard disk so you have a working macOS that you can put aside and just use another hard disk for playing around, for installing and for testing purposes. Being that said, let's jump right in. I have a MacBook Air with macOS Big Sur. How to upgrade this one to the latest Sonoma. So let's start by going to the GitHub repository of the OpenCore Legacy Patcher. You find the link down in the video description. You can just scroll down here a little bit until you see the full changelog, and then you see assets, and you just click on OpenCore Patcher GUI app zip, and it starts to download that app. When it has downloaded it, you will find it with downloads. So here in the downloads you will see the downloaded zip file, which is a packed file, and it will automatically unpack it until you see that blue icon. That is the OpenCore Patcher. If you still have a grayish icon, that might still be the packed file. Make a double click so it unpacks it and you see the patcher. And so let's just start it. And then it will ask if we are sure to open it. We say open, and then you will see the menu of the patcher. So the first step we now have to do is install the OpenCore bootloader onto your Mac. Why? Because the bootloader enables the newer unsupported macOSs to be installed here. Otherwise you will see the circle and it would say, okay, this macOS is not for that old hardware. And it brings some drivers that the newer macOSs might not bring to have all your hardware supported. So how do we install the OpenCore bootloader? Just first check that the model here, MacBook Air 6.2 in my case, is your correct Mac model. If you don't know how to find your Mac model, you can just go down here to the Launchpad, then you go to Other, and then you go to the System Information. Then you will see at the very top model name MacBook Air and model identifier MacBook Air 6.2. If that is the same that the OpenCore Legacy Patcher shows, you're correct. Now it's just straightforward. You click build and install OpenCore, and it says it's finished building. do you want to install OpenCore right now? We say, okay, yes, install to disk, and it now gathers information what disks are in your Mac. This one only has one disk, that is the Apple SSD with 121 gigabytes. If you have more disks in your Mac, or maybe you have plugged in a USB drive or something like that, just compare the sizes here and you will find your boot hard disk. Okay, if you click that and then you click EFI, it starts and asks for your password. You enter your password and now it installs OpenCore on your Mac. Already finished. If you now click reboot, it will restart, but then we have to make sure that it starts OpenCore. Let me show you. So when we now choose reboot and restart, we have to keep the Alt or Option key pressed. As soon as the screen goes black, then you hear the chime and then the Apple Boot Selector comes up. And now we have to make sure that we choose EFI boot. And we set it as a standard boot selector. When we just click Control, you see that's changed into a circle, and then we hit return. And this one now is the OpenCore boot selector. You can see that there is a little release version with a date in the lower right corner. And right now it only shows the hard disk. It has nothing else to boot, which is correct. We choose return, and now it boots your macOS. So right now it's basically enough if you just go to the system preferences and you go to software update and let it check for updates. Due to the bootloader, which now fakes a supported Mac, it should already find macOS Sonoma as an update. Right now it just finds Safari as an update, so that does not always work. But no worry, we can just close this and we start the OpenCore Patcher once again, and down here you have a button Create macOS Installer. If you click that, you set download macOS installer. It checks for all macOS versions it can download. You have macOS Sonoma down here and you say download and it starts downloading. So when it's finished downloading, you can just go to the Launchpad and you find the installer here, install macOS Sonoma. If we click on that, it starts up the installer. As with any supported Mac, you just go through all the steps and let it update your Mac. And there is one more thing, as they always say at the Apple presentations. With a lot of Macs, you now don't have any Wi-Fi drivers or any graphic drivers and graphic acceleration. So right now we only installed a bootloader that enables the macOS, but now we have to patch the macOS that is installed to enable graphic drivers, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and whatever is missing with the modern macOS. Sounds more complicated than it is. We can start this, and now we say here on the top right corner, post install root patch. And depending on your way of installation, it might already be applied or not. You can see that on the top corner it says all applicable patches already installed. That happened during the install of Sonoma. It did that automatically. If it is not, and it lists some patches up here, we just say start root patching. Yes, it has to relaunch as root, so you enter your password, it restarts, and it starts patching your macOS to install the graphic drivers and, for instance, modern wireless network drivers and the FaceTime camera drivers, which are not included in Sonoma as this MacBook is not supported anymore. Afterwards, just one more reboot and you're done. Third part of the tutorial, how to install macOS on a different Mac that maybe doesn't even have macOS installed. What do we need? A USB drive, obviously, to install everything on. Let me just plug this in here. And First of all, we need macOS Sonoma downloaded. So if you haven't yet, create macOS installer, download macOS installer, select Sonoma, say download, and it downloads the whole 13 GB onto your Mac. You can check that if you go into the Launchpad and you see install macOS Sonoma down here. If we have done this, we have to create the USB drive as an macOS installer, which would be a totally officially installer for a supported Mac. So we go down here again, create macOS installer. We say use existing macOS installer, and there it finds macOS Sonoma, which we just downloaded. And then it looks for USB drives. If we select this USB drive, it will say, are you sure? Because everything on the USB drive will be deleted. We say yes. And then it takes about half an hour to create a bootable macOS installer on that USB drive. When the USB drive is finished, we have to install OpenCore onto that USB drive so that the unsupported Mac can boot that macOS Sonoma installer. Okay, we first check if the model is correct up here. As I'd like for this tutorial to install macOS on this MacBook Air, the model MacBook Air 6.2 is correct. If not, go down to the settings and instead of host model, select the model that you want to install Sonoma on. If we've selected that, choose return, and then you say build and install OpenCore. Then we say yes, we want to install it to disk, and then you can see Apple SSD is the internal SSD, and SanDisk is the USB drive. We say SanDisk, we set EFI, we have to enter the password, and then it installs OpenCore tailored to that MacBook Air on that USB drive. And now it asks to reboot. Now we have to make sure that when we reboot, we have the Alt or Option key pressed to be in the Apple Boot Selector to boot from the USB drive. Let me show you how. So let's click reboot. And when the screen goes dark, we have to keep the Alt or Option key pressed with the USB inserted. There's the Apple Boot Selector where you can find different options. You have the EFI boot, which has an external drive or USB icon. You have install macOS Sonoma, that's the installer from the USB. You have the internal hard drive, Macintosh HD, and the EFI boot. You might not see this when you haven't installed OpenCore on your disk yet. What we need is the EFI boot logo here with the external hard drive logo. And we can keep Control pressed and it changes into a circle to have it as standard boot option. Now we have the OpenCore Boot Selector, and you can see this with the release version down in the corner. And we still have the internal hard disk with Big Sur. We could just boot that, but we want to boot the macOS Sonoma installer. If we hit return, it loads the installer and it installs as with any supported Mac. So right now it's a straightforward process as with any supported Mac. We just choose install macOS Sonoma, it asks for some legal stuff, starts installing, and it takes about half an hour to 45 minutes. Let it just do its thing, okay? Patience is the key here to success. It might reboot 3, 4, 5 times. Sometimes it might seem to be stuck like in the progress bar somewhere. Just keep in mind it's this one 10-year-old hardware, maybe older, with a newer macOS that requires a lot of hardware power. So just let it do its thing, and if it takes 1.5 hours, that's fine. And most of the time you will be welcomed by the start screen of macOS Sonoma. So here we are, Sonoma is installed, but there's one big step, actually it's 2 steps, to ensure that macOS Sonoma will run on that MacBook, and for instance without the USB drive. So let's just finish the setup and then we'll do the last steps. So right now macOS Sonoma is set up, and after a few minutes until everything is set up and completed, the OpenCore Legacy Patcher pops up automatically, and it states that it has detected that you're booting from a USB drive, which is correct. And that is the first step that we still need to do. We need to install the OpenCore bootloader onto that internal hard drive right now, so we can always boot up from there to enable macOS Sonoma to boot. If you click OK, it will download the OpenCore, tailor it to that specific Mac model, and you just now say install to disk. It will just fetch the information and you have the internal and the USB drive to choose. Just compare the sizes or the names, so you choose the internal SSD drive, EFI, you have to enter the password, and now it installs OpenCore to the internal drive and you would not need the USB drive anymore. After it is done, it says okay, you want to reboot. Make sure that you keep the Alt or Option key pressed. We're now in the Apple Boot Selector and we have to choose EFI boot. Keep Control pressed to have a circle to set it as standard boot option. Now you're in the OpenCore Boot Selector. You see that with the version number down in the lower right corner. You click on your hard disk and it boots macOS Sonoma. And there is one more thing, as they always say at the Apple presentations. With a lot of Macs, you now don't have any Wi-Fi drivers or any graphic drivers and graphic acceleration. So right now we only installed a bootloader that enables the macOS, but now we have to patch the macOS that is installed to enable graphic drivers, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and whatever is missing with the modern macOS. Sounds more complicated than it is. We just go here to the Launchpad, and when we go on the second page, you see the OpenCore Patcher has installed itself to your macOS. And now we say here on the top right corner, post install root patch. And depending on your way of installation, it might already be applied or not. You can see that on the top corner it says all applicable patches already installed. That happened during the install of Sonoma. It did that automatically. If it is not, and it lists some patches up here, we just say start root patching. Yes, it has to relaunch as root, so you enter your password, it restarts, and it starts patching your macOS to install the graphic drivers and, for instance, modern wireless network drivers and the FaceTime camera drivers, which are not included in Sonoma as this MacBook is not supported anymore. Afterwards, just one more reboot and you're done. So as promised, that wasn't too difficult or too technical, right? Welcome to macOS Sonoma on your unsupported Mac. First, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the bell for notifications so you don't miss any updates. And one word of warning, switch off the automatic updates. If there is a new macOS version, most of the time a new OpenCore version is required to counteract, like remove drivers or anything else. Just switch off the updates and wait if there's a new macOS version until you see a thumbs up, either from my channel or from any other channel or the forums, if it is safe to upgrade with the current version of the OpenCore Legacy Patcher, or if there is a new version that covers the new macOS version. If there are any problems, any questions, just give me a comment below the video, or the first comment is pinned with the link to my Discord channel. It's also in the video description. There are a lot of people already joined the Discord, so you can discuss any questions or problems there as well. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.